Pass.
Ah, yes, we have arrived at Jennison Pass across the Charnel Mountains. Once across, we will enter the Rab Plains and pass through Storlock on the way to Coalhaven.
Enough travelogue. Let's get going.
Monsters.
It's an ambush. We're surrounded.
Get the elf now! Damn you, girl. When I return, I will have reinforcements. You, however, have lost your elf permanently.
Davio is unconscious, and the wound is definitely poisoned. He needs a healer.
Storlock gnomes are healers. Long way from here, though.
We've got to get him to Storlock quickly.
Tell Secretary. Elf pale.
Davio does look too pale. We've got to hurry. Sorry to wake you, Jack, but we gotta go. Davio's getting weaker, and he's deathly cold.
Rab River. We're near Storlock.
Elf sick.
He's very cold, and I can't stop the wound from bleeding. Jack, Davio may not make it.
Elf bad.
Jack, Davio's having trouble breathing. He looks as bad as my father did just before we gave him the antidote. He doesn't have much time left.
Getting near Storlock.
I only hope we're not too late.
Your friend the elf is gravely ill. We have done all we can for him, but it is clearly not enough.
Why? You saved the life of Jack's father when he was dying from poison. Why can't you heal Davio?
The source of all our healing comes from the waters of the Blue Pond. However, as you can see, the waters have become fouled. They can no longer heal.
Elf die?
Without the clean waters of Blue Pond, yes, your friend will die. A few weeks back, the stream which feeds the Blue Pond became befouled. We tried to dam the stream, but could not prevent the unclean water from ruining the pond. There is nothing we gnomes can do. Unless the source of this pollution is discovered and cleansed, the pond will be utterly ruined, and we will be driven away from Storlock forever. A mixture of decaying creatures and a strong poison. It is much like that produced by arachnids, but the quantity is astonishing. Unless the Blue Pond is restored quickly, your friend will die. If you and your party can find the cause of the stream's foulness and prevent it from destroying the waters, there is a chance your friend can be saved.
We can follow the stream and see if we can find the source of the pollution. What is that thing?
Bad thing.
Smells bad too, like kerosene. I'll bet this is where the poison's coming from.
You can see where the arrows damaged its eye. My father told me about this thing. It's fast, tough, and deadly.
So what'll we do? There's only 4 of us, and I don't want to get this thing angry.
Drop rock.
What are you talking about?
Big rock. Crush monster.
Even you couldn't move that rock.
Use Irix. Make stronger.
Telsec, even if you could move the rock, you can't get near it without the monster seeing you. I'm not sure what you're up to, but here goes. Okay, Jack, light it up. 1 flaming arrow at your service. Here goes.
That does it. Telsec, your turn. Got it.
Now the odds are a little more even. Watch out! Those tentacles are poisonous.
Your companion has survived, and we are using the waters of the Blue Pond to heal him. You have saved your friend and the gnomes of Storlock through your actions. We are most grateful. Your debt is repaid 1,000-fold. So the Princess of Lee has informed me. We had heard of rumors of Brana's return. It grieves us greatly to have our suspicions confirmed. I am sorry, but the gnomes of Storlock cannot help you in this matter. We are pacifists, unable by our vows to harm or to help harm anyone or anything.
Without the help of a gnome, the Warlock Lord can't be stopped. We need you.
Forgive me, Princess of Lee. Before a gnome of Storlock would break his vows, he would take his own life. If you seek the help of our less civilized brethren, it is best to remember that their lives are a continual struggle for power. Offer it, and you may enlist a temporary ally. All are individuals and must be judged as such. For the most part, though, it is the rare gnome that values honor and will not seek an easy advantage. Only the strongest or most treacherous are respected in gnomish society. Of course, every gnome wants to kill the most powerful, but the gnomes greatly respect and admire such leaders. There are 2 items of gnomish magic. One is the magical torque, and the other is the Helm of Command. It allows the wearer to cast a spell of fire that will burn an object or a person. The more powerful the user, the more powerful the spell. The torque is usually worn by the High Shaman, the spiritual leader of all the tribes. Soon, the gnome tribes will gather for their annual pilgrimage to the mountains of Rune, to the southwest. The shaman will surely be there. It allows the wearer to speak words of command that gnomes cannot help but obey. It is extremely powerful and dangerous. It has been lost to the gnomes for generations. It was buried in the Hall of Kings with the greatest gnome leader of all time.
I have come to destroy you, as I promised.
I still live, servant of Brona, despite your attempt to poison me. I yet hold the elf stones.
This time, we'll defeat you, shifter.
Do not think I will be so foolish as to face you alone. My army will crush you all.
Hate to say this, Jack, but we are a bit outnumbered.
Fight.
We can't stand against all those monsters.
I fear, Princess Shella, that we will indeed be defeated, though I, for one, will fight to the last.
Good fight.
Yes, Tilsig, it will be a good fight. I will be proud to die with such companions, even if one is a troll.
Jack, no matter what happens, I'm glad to be here with you at my side.
Attack! Kill them all!
Do not be afraid, Jack Omsford. I am the King of the Silver River. I am taking you and your friends to safety. However, your journey has far to go, and there is much danger. Heed now my words, Jack. On your path lies deceit, betrayal, and death. You will lose something that you love dearly, or everything you have done will become a lie. Be wary, and choose your way carefully. The Sword of SHANNARA is the mirror of inner truth. To wield its power, you must confront everything you have done and see it as it truly is. You are the only one who can face Bronna with the Sword of SHANNARA. But can you face yourself first? I will give you a gift to aid you on the journey. Use it upon the waters when you need to control the power of the Silver River. Farewell, Jack, and good luck.
What happened?
Strange dream.
I had the strangest dream, too. I was told that one day I must choose between love and life. How weird.
I believe we were rescued by the legendary King of the Silver River. His domain is the Silver River, and he is noted for protecting it. He is seldom seen, but we now owe our lives to him.
Who are these creatures who invade our village? Why have you led these outsiders here, Brendel?
This is Jack, son of Shay Omsford, Princess Shella, daughter of King Menyon of Lee, Davio, scholar to King Eventine, and Telsec, bearer of the Black Iryx. That good enough for you? I've returned with Hendel's mace, and we've come to get the Hammer of Power.
No! No one may take the Hammer of Power from Cullhaven!
Look, the Warlock Lord is back, and the Sword of SHANNARA is broken. If Jack doesn't get the Hammer of Power, Bronna's gonna destroy the world totally this time, 'cause there isn't any other way to stop him.
That may be what you were told, but the Hammer of Power remains in Cullhaven. The outsiders will leave the city in the morning. The hammer is needed for the defense of Cullhaven against the armies of Bronna. Already our scouts have seen signs that the enemy approaches.
The Hammer of Power has been hanging on a wall in Cullhaven since before the last war.
That wasn't what King Balinor was going to say.
King Balinor of Tyrsis sent word that the hammer must remain here at all costs.
That wasn't what King Balinor was going to say.
King Balinor sent a messenger and guard from Tyrsis. Our scout, Killy, found them after they had been ambushed by monsters. The dying messenger spoke the words of King Balinor, warning us of the Warlock Lord and the need to protect the Hammer of Power. His messenger made no mention of you or those creatures that follow you.
Watch it. These creatures are my friends.
The Hammer of Power will remain to protect our city. The outsiders may remain for the night in Cullhaven.
Don't know what's going on, but it's not right. Sorry for the way my people are treating you.
It's all right, Brendel. I'm sure Jack will straighten things out tomorrow.
Give us the Hammer of Power immediately!
What are you talking about?
Those thieves you're traveling with have stolen the Hammer of Power!
We did not. We're not thieves.
The hammer had to be stolen by outsiders. No dwarf would even dream of such a foul act. If the Hammer of Power isn't found by sundown, You will all be sent to the dwarven mines. Guards, escort the prisoners to the stockade.
How are we supposed to find the hammer if we're locked up?
Very well. Brendel will be free within the confines of the Great Hall to recover and return the hammer.
If my friends are locked up, so am I. The man to find the hammer is our leader, Jack.
Guards, take the thieves away. Who will watch over this Jack and make certain he will not escape?
I'll do it. He looks trustworthy enough for a thief and an outsider.
Very well, Killy. You will be responsible for the prisoner. Jack, you may search the Great Hall of Cullhaven for the Hammer of Power. If you do not find it by dark, you will join your companions and the traitorous dwarf in the mines. Do I make myself clear?
This is the main hall. Your companions are being held in the room off to your right. Up ahead is the room where the Hammer of Power is kept.
Not sure. I've been away from here and I don't know everyone. Tobin's acting like an idiot, but that's just him. Watch out. The real thief's not gonna let you find that hammer.
The Hammer of Power usually rests above the fireplace. Feel free to look around, but don't take anything else.
Have you found anything out of place in your search?
My sash? How did it get in there? Why would I do that? I have nothing to hide. You think so? I guess that means I'll just have to kill you. Pity about this. After I kill you, I'll have to return to Brona for new orders.
Help Jack.
Forgive us for treating you with suspicion. I still don't understand what happened here.
Brona used magic to make him appear as a dwarf.
It was our mistake to accept Killy as one of our own kind. When he came running out of the room shouting that the Hammer of Power was missing, who would have suspected that he was the thief? But what has happened to the Hammer of Power?
Jack must know where it is.
We'll go get it. Yes, you did it.
Great! How did you ever figure this out?
The fact that both the flue handle and the hammer of power were missing could have been a coincidence, but when you add the stein missing from the Great Hall, it becomes suspicious.
So what really happened?
Obviously, when Brona's man stole the hammer, he was in a hurry. He hid the hammer up the chimney and stole the flue handle so it couldn't be found right away. At some point, he realized his hands were covered with soot, so he wiped them on his sash. Now his sash was sooty, so he had to conceal it as well. He picked up a stein in which to hide the sash, then dropped it. I postulate that another guard was approaching, so he stashed the stein in the stockade. Then he sounded the alert that the hammer was missing. The dwarves naturally blamed us.
Let's go prove our innocence once and for all. Here's the hammer of power. Now do you believe us?
I am sorry I ever doubted you, Brendel, or your companions.
Now can we take the hammer and get back to destroying Brona?
I fear it is too late, Brendel. Brana's armies are camped north of the Silver River. They are building a bridge and will be in Cullhaven in a matter of hours. One of our guards will guide you to where you can see the situation for yourselves. Cullhaven will soon be at war.
They're almost across.
So much for Cullhaven.
Monsters make terrible engineers, really. It would not take much force to collapse that bridge. It is composed of floating sections lashed together and moored by anchors. The construction is shoddy. It won't last more than a month.
More than enough time to get the army across.
If something massive were to hit the center with sufficient momentum, the bridge would be split in half. Several logs might do it. The current is not very swift here, but if the logs were large enough, they might still put enough stress on the guy lines to snap the central sections and demolish the bridge.
Don't worry, Brendel. We'll save Cullhaven yet.
Bunch of foolish dwarves. Somebody's got to.
Will this place do?
This will do very well indeed. We can stack some logs behind the beaver dam, then release them all at once. Perhaps that will produce enough momentum to break the bridge.
What are the odds?
Judging the speed of the river right now, I'm not at all that confident of the plan. A sudden flash flood would definitely improve the chances. Other than that, we can only hope.
Telsec, let me show you how it's done.
Fast learner.
Lead on, Jack.
I believe I could, friend Jack. How wondrous!
The water's rising, but it's not going over the dam.
Break dam.
Oh, yes, sorry, I was distracted by your magic. Let me see if I can release the power of your waters.
That's it! The logs are on their way.
Let's see what happens.
We did it! Perfect timing, too. Most of the army was on the bridge at the time.
Dwarves down there are in trouble, though. Too many monsters on this side.
It is worse than that, friend Brendel. The main mooring lines across the river are still intact. They can quickly repair the damage now that they've secured both ends.
Break lines.
We need to reach the section on this side of the river and cut the lines to the other section. Once they're cut, the bridge cannot be repaired, only replaced.
Dangerous, but we can handle it.
We can handle anything, can't we, Jack? Wow, this certainly is a wild river ride. Wonder where we will end up.
Bottom of the river, more than likely.
Rough. Bad.
Ropes are starting to go. Don't know how much longer they'll last.
Monsters are not noted for their construction values. We are very lucky we've come as far as we did.
We could swim for it.
Can't swim.
I fear that I cannot swim either.
Great. Well, Jack and I could swim holding the two of you. What about you, Telsic? You can swim, can't you?
No. Swim.
Well, so much for that idea. Let's hope this raft bridge comes near the shore before it falls apart.
The raft is going.
Master, I'm sorry, but the King of the Silver River...
Silence! You have tried force, and Ormsford escaped you. Now you must use deceit and subtlety.
Jack, you made it!
Told you he'd make it. Did what you told us, held on to the log. Fortunately, Telsic held on to the log and Davio too.
I again owe my life to Telsic.
I did the same as you. Swim to shore. I guess I must have fallen asleep after that. I awoke to the sound of Telsic shouting for us.
Fortunately, our log came to some shallow water, and Telsic pushed us to shore.
Well, we're all together again. After what we've been through, the gnomes should be no problem at all.
North from here, then to the Dragon's Teeth Mountains. They gather there this time of year.